Hey, greetings from Texas. All right, we're here for the March Camp Challenge Alliance, which is fire. And it could be anything that has to do with fire, maintaining a fire. For those of you that don't get out and are at home, barbecue, that could be just making a charcoal fire and how you maintain it. So what I'm doing here today is I'm showing you some of the options I have for making a fire. I always, when I go in the field, I have three methods. And the one I don't have here is the Bic lighter. And those can be your friend. Even if you're out of fuel, you can use the striker in it to get a spark going. So I'm going to show you some things here, some local resources that I have, things that I've made, things that I bought and use. So first off, we'll just start with ferro rods. These are some of my homemade ferro rods. Just made this from a branch I cut here from ash juniper and drilled the hole. And I'm currently making one for the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorillas channel 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So ferro rod, a way to strike it. Now I took this Mora knife and ground the edge down flat so I can use that as a striker. Or you can buy these on eBay for a couple bucks. This came with my battle box. This is a ferro rod. It came with a striker. And if I've made you a ferro rod, I've usually included a striker with some leather on it. Here I have a pocket bellow, and this is essential, especially when you're old like me and you don't want to bend down. This will help get your spark going and give it some oxygen to help bloom in your tinder. I have I'll go back here. This was a little survival tool that came in my battle box. It has a little flint or a ferro rod. It's got a striker here for the ferro rod. I also have a video on using the sundial. Speaking of using sun, I was going to try to do it today, but it's cloudy. So I have a Fresnel lens, and I also have this solar cigarette lighter, and I've used this to ignite char cloth. Here we have a PSKOOL flint striker, flint steel. Works really well with the flint. If you can see the sparks. Here is just a piece of leather. This is kind of my bushcrafter's desk, and I can use it, you know, to get my sparks going, whatnot. And it's a good way for me to transfer my tinder bundle over. This is a tinder bundle I made from jute twine, you know, just unraveling it. The key to getting a fire started is preparation. I use a quote from General Patton called "A bucket of sweat will save a bucket of blood." So good preparation is key to get a fire going. Have regular matches. Okay, sometimes these strikers go bad, so I can use the Fresnel lens or solar thing to get my match going. This is just bark. I stripped off an ash juniper tree. We call it Texas cedar. And you can process this. It's got like really fine hairs on it. And that can be part of your bird's nest, your tinder bundle. Here I just made a jute twine kind of a match, something that I can use with the solar to get it started. And then I can transfer that over into my bird's nest or whatever. In here, I just have a tin with some commercial fire starters. I always take that with me just in case. You can buy these little tins on eBay, and this is just a wristband. You can use tire inner tubes to help secure your boxes. MRE toilet paper. So I had all these MREs, and you all have toilet paper. That's a good way to get your fire going. I got these from a giveaway from Jason at All Terrain Coffee. And Jason, I'm going to be making some coffee once I get my fire started. I have my char cloth oven that I used to make char cloth in. And then here's my homemade char cloth. And one of my favorite resources, dryer lint. That works really good. I got this from James at Harshman Hill. This is a grater. Now you can make your own. Just go to the dollar store, get a grater, but this is used to make fatwood shavings. It came with a little ferro rod and a ferro rod striker, and that's really good for processing your fatwood. And it gives you nice little shavings to help get your fire going. Okay, like I said earlier, I was going to try to do a solar fire, but that's not going to happen, so we'll probably end up using the flint and this little G-twine bird's nest to get the fire going. I'm going to be cooking my coffee on a Lixada stick stove. Okay, down here I have my Lixada titanium folding stick stove. I got everything ready. My favorite way of starting fire with my kindling is building a chimney, and that helps draw air from the bottom. Works kind of like a rocket stove, and that helps get your initial flame going, especially when it's wet. And then just get everything ready so you're not scrambling to get your fire started and maintain it. And I've been cutting wood into little chunks for the stick stove, and I could drop these chunks in, and it cuts down on having to maintain and feed the fire. So I'm gonna grind up some coffee beans. All right, we're gonna make some coffee with these Kicking Horse coffee beans I got from Shovelhead 8. Okay, our coffee beans are ground. And we're gonna make Cowboy coffee. And I like to just start off with cold water and bring it up to temperature. You don't want to boil it or you're going to make your coffee bitter. But we'll let this kind of just steep in here till the fire's ready. And we're just going to bring it up just short of a boil and then take it off the heat. All right, I'm going to show you how I use this jute twine match since the sun's not cooperating. We're just going to light it here with a regular match. But even if it goes out, you can use that to get your bird's nest going. Okay, we're just going to do flint and steel with our char cloth. And we're going to use our pocket bellow. Houston, we have ignition. Okay, let's get our water on. Okay, our water's ready, so I'm gonna set that aside. I like using those pucks that I made, and you can see I haven't had to feed the fire since I started it. And when they burn down a little bit, it's actually better for cooking. You know, if you got bacon or eggs or things like that, you get a more controlled kind of a heat. And there's no need to pour cold water in. Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed my March Camp Challenge Alliance video fire. Showed you what I have typically used, show you how I use some of it, and made a nice cup of coffee. Ooh, perfect. All right, folks, I appreciate you stopping by. Check out the hashtag Camp Challenge Alliance, see what other people are doing, or join in on the fun. It's a great community. All right, thanks for watching.